When I tell people I read a lot and that I make videos about reading and about book reviews, they often say things like, oh, you must be the perfect reader, or you must know the perfect books, or you must have perfect reading habits. Well, I certainly don't think so, but we're going to find out today because I'm going to do the Perfection of Reading book tag, which was created by my friend Lekden at Reading from the Depths. Definitely go check out his channel. I'm going to put a link to that below. This book tag has 6 prompts that are based on 6 Buddhist teachings or concepts that allow you to move your life further along the path towards enlightenment. So they're kind of like a guide for not necessarily how to live, but how to approach different aspects of your life. So there are 6 prompts to go with it. Let's get into it. Number 1 is the perfection of generosity. And the question is, what is an experience of either book gifting or book receiving that was meaningful or memorable for you? So unfortunately, I don't really get a lot of books as gifts, and I wish that would change. People can give me books if they want to. It would certainly help me save a lot of money. But I do give books a lot, particularly to my students. And last year, I had a student who was quite sick. He was a really tiny little boy. He was always sick. He missed about half of a semester. He had lung surgery. He had some holes drilled into his lungs. He had a lot of fluid drained out. He was gone for quite a long time. And I sent him these books. It's a trilogy, the Howl's Moving Castle trilogy. And it was he really loved it. He was really thankful for it. And his parents were really thankful for it too. I was really happy to give it to him. And I hope that he enjoyed it. Hope it took his mind off of some of the pain and the discomfort and the loneliness that he was feeling by being hospitalized and being away from school and away from his friends. And I know that he really loved it because he also drew a lot of pictures that kind of went with it. And I often heard him talking about it to his friends. So that was a very good memory of giving a book. Number 2 is the perfection of ethical discipline. This is a big one. What are your best and worst reading habits? So I think my best reading habit is also my worst reading habit. So my best reading habit is I read every night before I go to sleep. So about an hour before I need to go to sleep, shut everything off, no screens, nothing else. Get into bed with a book and I read. And I think that's a really great habit. It really helps me sleep, of course. It helps me read, of course. It's good for your brain. There's all sorts of research and all that kind of stuff. I don't think I need to detail that. If you're watching this, I'm sure you know about it. It's also a bad habit because I tend to stay up too late reading. I'm back to work this week after summer break, and I know I've looked tired because I've been up late reading. I got a couple of looks on Monday morning, but whatever, I'm up late reading. So it's a good habit, and it also becomes a bad habit. So I need to exercise a little more ethical discipline with that one. Number 3, the perfection of patience. And the question is, what is a book that you anxiously waited for, and did it live up to the expectations you set for it? That book was this book, Empire of Silence by Christopher Rocchio. I waited a long time for this book to become available in China. It's not because it's been banned or had to be censored or anything like that. I don't know why. It just took a long time for it to be available. It's readily available now. I see it in Chinese and English bookstores around Shanghai. But I ordered it. It took almost 3 months to ship and to become available to me. I was really excited to read it, and I was really disappointed. I only read about 50 pages of it, and I just chucked it. Really disappointing read for me. I know it's hugely popular on BookTube and in sci-fi circles. Last winter, I read quite a bit of sci-fi, and I really wanted to try to read like a longer sci-fi series. I'd never read anything more than just 2 or 3 books. I was debating that book or Dune. I chose that because I'd already read the first Dune book, and this one was new to me. Completely disappointed. It just wasn't for me. The concept of it, totally cool, very interesting. I just didn't care for the writing style. Maybe I'll give it another shot soon, but that was something I really waited for, but it didn't live up to my expectations. Okay, number 4, The Perfection of Joyful Effort. What is a book or series that you found difficult to complete, but found to be ultimately worthwhile? I'm going to choose a book that I just recently finished. I read this together with my friend Matt from Books from the Back Porch. It is Tapping the Source by Kem Nunn. This is a crime noir, sometimes labeled as surf noir book. And I really, really enjoyed it. But there is a scene about midway through the book where the narrative, and it's a major plot point, and the narrative really takes a turn into some really dark territory that I did not see coming. I knew there was something coming. I knew something bad was coming, but I didn't think it would be what it was. And it really put me off. It's written very, very well. It's not titillating or anything like that. It's actually, it's written very well, and it's a scene that's handled very well. But it really kind of got to me. And I do recall kind of putting the book down after reading that and just thinking, am I going to be able to finish this book? Where are we going with this book? What's happening here? But I did push through it, and I finished reading the book, and I'm really happy I did, because it's become probably one of the best books I've read this year. You can see I've got tons of flags. I don't know if those are picking up on the camera. So many flags in there, so much great writing, and so much great storytelling in this book. Sorry, I'm not showing you the cover. Tapping the Source, Kem Nunn. Okay, next one, number 5. The Perfection of Concentration. What do you do, if anything, to get in a reading zone? And what is your ideal reading environment? So to get into a reading zone, it kind of depends on when I'm reading. If I'm reading in bed, obviously I've taken a shower and I'm kind of ready to just chill out and go to sleep. But if I'm like sitting down to really read like some serious reading, I need to be comfortable. So comfortable place to sit. I've got a decent chair. You can't see it. It's off camera here. Music, I've got noise canceling headphones, which are an absolute godsend to me because they kind of help quiet down my mind and help me get focused. I need music that doesn't have singing in it. So I need some instrumental music, and I need music that's not too distracting. So either some kind of I listen to a lot of post-rock now because it has long pieces of music, like 10 or 20 minutes, with lots of slow buildups and things like that I really like. Or sometimes I'll listen to ambient techno or dub techno, where again, it's kind of more just in the background. And that's about it. I don't really need a lot of other stuff around me. Also, I found too, I can read really well when I'm on holiday, if I'm reading by the beach or in the mountains or something like that. So a nice, peaceful, calm environment. I think that's really all you need. So yeah. Number 6, The Perfection of Wisdom. What is a book where you learn something, especially something unexpected, whether profound or mundane? And that's a book that I just finished today, actually. It's called Delicious Hunger by Hai Fan. I'm not sure if that's focusing or not, but this was a fantastic book, fantastic read, collection of short stories. I picked it up in the summer. It's a Chinese Malay writer, but he lives in Singapore now. And these are set during something I had no idea happened. I mean, I kind of had heard about it, but I didn't know much about it. And I'll read you from the back. From 1976 to 1989, Hai Fan was a part of guerrilla forces in the Malayan Communist Party. These short stories are inspired by his experiences during his 13 years in the rainforest. So he spent 13 years with a band of communist guerrilla fighters in a rainforest near the Thai-Malay border. And I was absolutely fascinated by this book. I had no idea that I knew that there was a communist Malay party, and it still exists to a certain extent, but I didn't know that they actually went so far as to have some guerrilla insurgency throughout different parts of Thailand, and that they were trying to sort of reclaim land and things like that. I had no idea about that. And the book kind of chronicles a lot of the hardships that they went through, but it's not a war book. It's not, if you're looking for action, like if you're thinking it's going to be another Vietnam War kind of book, it's definitely not that. It really just chronicles the hardships that they faced while living in the rainforest. And it's also pretty fascinating character studies of the kinds of people who were with them, not just fighters, but the people kind of just helping and working. There's a lot of work that goes into having bands of soldiers out in a rainforest, and they're on patrol, and they have all these kind of like circuits that they move through, these paths that they keep following, and how there have to be supply depots set up and things like that. It's really, really fascinating. And at the back of the book, I'll put some shots of it here. At the back of the book, he's got some drawings and some explanations of the different kinds of tools and sort of makeshift objects and things that they would use in their daily life to help them live in the rainforest without having to go into a town or a village, so that they could stay out there for a long time. So really, really fascinating book, stuff that I had really had no idea had happened. And I definitely want to know more about it now. So really great book. And it's always cool when you read a book like that and you really learn something totally new and totally surprising. So there you go. There is my perfection of reading tag. I still don't think I'm a perfect reader, but I think I'm doing pretty good. If you're interested in this tag and you want to find out if you're a perfect reader, you're absolutely welcome to do it. Drop some comments below and let me know if you have any responses to any of these things, particularly about reading habits or books you waited for that were maybe disappointing or that lived up to your expectations. Books that you found difficult to finish but were ultimately worthwhile. I think those are always really fascinating to learn about. I want to say thanks for sticking with me all the way. And in case you don't know, my name is Carl, and this has been Please Read Your Book.